Okay, so now we are going into DSpace. So I think all of you can see this slide. It is MATLAB with DSpace interface. So first of all, this DSpace interface, I just want to give you with an example how we did it in our lab. A small project we have done in our lab. So with that explanation, I will be just showing you how we interface this DSpace with hardware. Okay, so first of all, I'll just explain you the problem so that you will understand what we are going to do. Then we will show you how we interface it. So first of all, I think you can see now this is an MPPT of a photovoltaic system. We have a photovoltaic array. Okay, so here we have a 37 watts. It's a small PV array, 37 watts, 2 modules we have, and it's open circuit. In a PV array, if you see, there are 2 important parameters. One is the open circuit voltage and another one is the short circuit current. These 2 parameters we have to know. So here the open circuit voltage of the system is around 21.02 volts and the short circuit current is around 2.6 amps. So these are the 2 parameters of this PV array, and for the Vikram Solar PV array, I'll be showing you that real-time project also. So this you can see here. This is, we want to track the maximum power point of this PV. So what is this maximum power point? That is what we are going to see first. This you can track in 2 ways. One is mechanically and another one is electrically. What is mechanical? Mechanical in the sense, say you have a solar panel. Okay, so I want my things, so just I want to explain it. So you have a solar panel. Mechanically when you're tracking, say depending on the sun's position, the sun is in the east, this solar panel should face there so that maximum irradiation falls on it. And as the sun's position changes, your solar panel should also tilt and go to the other position. So now what happens? You can track the maximum light falls on it and maximum power you get. That is mechanical tracking. But what is the problem in this mechanical tracking? You should have a motor and this motor should rotate this panel. So again, you're getting power, but you're again wasting in that motor rotating all these things. So that is not so feasible there. Okay, so what we go for electrical tracking. So you have different methods for electrical tracking. In electrical tracking, you will keep this panel in one particular position. You're not going to move it. That position you will decide by yourself how, depending on the longitude and latitude of the place. We automatically, you can go to the websites and you can just put the latitude and longitude. They will give what is the angle at which you have to place your solar panel. In that angle, that is the maximum, you keep it in that place. In that same position also, depending on the sun's position, we have to track the maximum power. Okay, so this is what we want to do. So you can just come to the PPT here. So you can see here we have a solar panel. So electrically when you want to track it, you have this solar panel, and electrically I'm going to track it. In the sense, I'm not going to move the solar panel. It will be in the fixed position. Now I want to transfer the power from this solar panel to this load, and that should be the maximum power transfer. And you have the sun. So you see, you have the sun position. Sun is here. Okay, and it is, the solar panel is fixed and irradiation is falling. Light is falling on this solar panel. Now when will maximum power transfer from this? Have you come across the maximum power transfer theorem? What is maximum power transfer theorem?
If you want the maximum power to be transferred from source to load, the impedances of both should be exactly equal.
So that is the thing. Maximum power transfer theorem is the source impedance and the load impedance should match. When the source impedance and load impedance matches, maximum power will transfer from the source to the load. So that is the basic principle, electrical principle, what we are going to use here. What we are doing, we have kept here a buck converter. So you can see here we have kept here a buck converter. So that will do its job. How? When we are giving here, buck converter will have a power electronic device there. It may be an IGBT, it may be a MOSFET, it may be a thyristor or some device, or just I'm just giving you an IGBT here, just we take. And now when we fire this IGBT, what will happen? You will disturb the system and make the maximum power transfer. Like you will make the impedance matching. That is what you're doing here. By disturbing this buck converter, you do the impedance matching here. How we do that? First, we require the voltage here. So in our lab, what we did, we put here a potential divider. Okay, so potential divider, say if the total voltage what we are getting is 17 volts, you just think output voltage what you are getting at a particular instant is 17 volts. What will happen? We have put two resistance here. So say we have put in such a way that around 10 like 1.5, 1.7 volts drop you get here, and the remaining volt you get it here. We have kept it in such. So now what we do, this 1.7 volt what we get, we are sensing and we are giving into our DSpace. So DSpace is here just a DAC card, data acquisition card. Okay, it is acquiring the data and it will give it inside our PC. Okay, so what the value which is coming here is in which form? Analog. So it converts analog to digital form here at DSpace, and it will give it inside our computer. Similarly, we have the current here. So we here for the current source, we just used here a resistance. Okay, we did this sensors and also in the lab itself. You can use Hall effect sensor. It will give you a precise result. But here we just use a resistor. We use in such a way that if there is 1 volt drop across that, okay, there is 1 amps flowing through this. When 1 amps is flowing through this resistor, there is 1 volt drop across it. So what we did, that also we tracked and we gave it to our DSpace. Okay, so what happened, when there is 1 amp flowing, we get 1 volt, take it inside, and you can say that that is 1 amps current flowing through this circuit. Similarly, here what we did, when 17 volts is coming as output of the PV panel, we made it as 1.7. Why did we make it as 1.7? The reason is, say the DSpace what we are using, it is a digital processor. In digital circuits, you know, we can't give more voltage inside. Okay, in this DSpace, not more than 12 volts. If you give more than 12 volts, the circuit will get burned off. And the other thing is, even 10 volts, like you can convert this into say 10 volts drop here and 7 volts you take, and then you can go and modify inside also. But that also I don't want to give, because in case some short circuit or something occurs, back power will go and our circuit may get damaged. So how much minimum value you can give, take that and then take it inside your program. In your program you multiply it. I'll be showing you. In our program we have multiplied with gain and we have multiplied. So here only we took 0.17. What we did is still we reduced it. You can even take 1.7, nothing will happen. What we did is 0.17 we took. That 0.17 we multiplied by 100, like 10 and then again 10. So I got like what I want, like 17 volts I got at the output. Okay, so you see that how much minimum value you can take, that is more than enough. Inside your program you can go and modify it. Any digital circuit, whenever real time value, say if it is an AC voltage also 230 volts, you can't take the 230 volts inside your digital controller. Your digital controller will get damaged. In that case, what you do? If it is a AC voltage, what will you do? Use transformers. CTs and PTs are there, current transformers and potential transformers. Okay, so PTs when you use, it automatically steps down the voltage, but slightly it will increase the current also. So accordingly, you have to see, you have to step it down in such a way that your digital circuit is accepting it. Is it? Because all the digital circuit in this DSpace, it is 12 volts. Yesterday we saw not 12 volts, you can take it till 20 volts also. But the company people, when they came and installed, they said, ma'am, see that you don't give it more than 12 or 10 volts. But they said if it goes till 20 also, nothing will happen. They gave their safety. What we did, we thought like not to go even above 5 volts. We thought like in case, because we are doing for the first time, any short circuit or anything may occur. If something occurs, our full circuit is gone. So we don't want, like many places, even in Punjab Engineering College, one of the sir was telling their students were working and their DSpace is gone and they want ours, like they were asking for it. So that's the thing. When you're working, you have to be very careful. They say 10 volts, but 10 volts also, say when some short circuit occurs, they gave that margin because they think this 20 volts maximum they can give, they have given a 10. But we have to be very careful. It is better give lower value and go and magnify. So like you just scale it inside your program. That is what you can do. So here again we are coming back. So in this case what we did, we took the voltage, we took the current, okay, we gave it inside a MATLAB environment. So I'll be showing you how to take it inside the MATLAB environment. And in this MATLAB environment, we have written the MPPT algorithms. You have number of algorithms. Okay, MPPT, maximum power tracking algorithms are there. So I'll be just telling about one of the algorithm. So you have number of algorithms like perturb and absorb. Perturb and absorb is you're perturbing the system. That is, you're disturbing the system and you're making max like impedance matching. You have incremental conductance, INC. Okay, that is also one method I'll just show you. Then you can have artificial intelligence based algorithms you can have, and you can find in all these algorithms what you're doing. You take this voltage and you take the current here. Okay, so voltage and current are taking as given as input to this, and duty cycle of this power device will be your output. By controlling this, you adjust the impedance. You do the impedance matching here, and maximum power will be transferring. Okay, so this is simple. You understood what is MPPT, maximum power transfer theorem, or maximum power point tracking in PV. So what we are going to do next? What is this MPPT? When you draw the characteristics of a PV array, you get two things, like this is the VI characteristics, the green one is the VI characteristics, and this blue one is the PV characteristics, power and voltage. So what we want maximum power. What is the maximum power point? This is the point. We want to track this point. इस point को achieve करना है हमको. So what we do, at any particular instant, we see हमारा panel में क्या voltage है. Say for example, this was the voltage. This was my V, I. At one particular instant, I saw what is my voltage and current, and this is the instant. Okay, is this the maximum point? Now simply I just measured what is my voltage and current. I have got this point. This is not my maximum point. So what should I do? I should disturb my system and find new V and I. So what I will be doing, I will now give a duty cycle here. Okay, I will just apply a duty cycle. I'll change this, and now I will find the new voltage and current here. Okay, so if that new voltage and current, previous case you saw our voltage was V and I this. Now I perturbed the system. I disturbed my system and found my new voltage and current. So this is my new voltage V1 and I1. So have we achieved a maximum power point? Which is the maximum power point? This point. This is our maximum power point. So are we approaching towards maximum power point? How did we understand? Increasing. So when it is increasing, we have a scope. We know that you can still increase, not that is there is a scope to reach the maximum power point. So again we disturb the system. We give a duty cycle to the DC to DC converter, and again we see the impedance matching, and then again we find what is our voltage and current. So in that case, again now we get a new voltage and current, that is V2 and I2. Again this algorithm you have to write. Now you will be taking a new voltage and current. What you get, you again compare it and see again it is increasing. It means that we have not still reached our maximum. Then again perturb. Once you get this point, what happened? Our voltage and current is decreasing. So we understood that we have crossed the maximum power point. So we have to again go back to this point and remain there. So this is the perturb and absorb method. Another method I was telling you, that method was incremental conductance. In incremental conductance, what you do, you draw the slope. So you do the slope of the system. In slope, so just draw the slope like this, sorry. So just draw the slope like this. Slope. So what type of slope is this? Positive or negative? This is a positive slope. And similarly, you draw one more slope here. This is a negative slope. So when the slope is negative, we have crossed it, and when the slope is positive, we are on, like we are reaching. And when the slope is 0,
Hello.
we have the maximum power point. Hello, do you have any doubts? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Ma'am, actually we want to find out the maximum power point for the maximum operation of the PV cell.
Yeah.
Okay, actually when you are explaining, first you have shown the point P1, say where we get the voltage V and I, and second point P2 where we are getting voltage V1 and I1.
Yeah.
Actually you are marking this point.
Yeah.
or automatically these are obtained point?
No. Simply for explanation, I am just marking and showing you. Actually, what is the thing is, say, in real time, you have a voltage sensor and current sensor. Okay, from the voltage sensor and current sensor, you acquire the data. It comes into the space. You take it into MATLAB, and that MATLAB, in MATLAB, you compare whether that value is an increasing. Previous value के साथ, you will be comparing this value.
Can you explain in MATLAB how it will work like that?
That we will see. We say now I am just explaining you the concept. Then we will go and I'll show you how we implemented in the D space and MATLAB also environment. I'll show you. That is step by step. Just I'm explaining you now. Okay. Without explanation, if I go there, you again ask the same. So I'm just explaining what, because there are many people those who don't know what is MPPT. So I'm just giving you the concept. What are the different things? I will go to a MATLAB environment. Don't worry. I'll be showing you in D space. We have implemented the hardware also we have. I'll be showing you step by step. Okay. This is just a thing. At one particular instant, you are acquiring the data. You're comparing it. You have to write an algorithm there. You will be taking V1 and I1 at one particular time. Then you will be comparing it with the previous value. We will see whether it is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, again you increase. Just perturb the system. Get another V and I. Again you disturb the system. Get again V and I. If it is decreasing, then we say we have crossed, in your algorithm you have to write, you have crossed the point, again go back to the previous point and maintain there. Okay. So now we learned different methods, like say you have learned artificial intelligence, fuzzy logic, all these things are also applicable. So you have this perturb and observe system. What is the disadvantage of this? Every time you are disturbing the system. So when you see the graph, it is fully disturbance, you can see there. What you can do, take this data, you filter the data, unnecessary points you remove it and use it neural network, artificial intelligence se usko train kar lo. Then what it will happen, for a particular voltage and thing, duty cycle will be constant and you can get a smooth curve there. Okay, you can implement all these things in future. So now I just explaining the concept of what is maximum power point. So I think you can come back to the slide. So here, perturb and observe me what we did, we took different points, we compared it and we found whether we are reaching the maximum point or not. Incremental conductance me what we did, we drew the slope. Okay, so we find out the slope and we see whether it is a positive slope or a negative slope, and again we do it. Okay, so there are different other algorithms also. You can just go and search, there are many methods. So this algorithm you have to develop now. Okay, so now this is in MATLAB environment. In MATLAB environment, when we do, actually first of all we will do the simulation, then we will go into hardware implementation. So when you do the simulation, what we do, we first of all take a solar panel. Okay, so we have a PV panel first. This is our PV panel. Then we have, as I already told you, this is a DC to DC converter, just think, and this is my load. Okay, and I have two sensors I have already shown you. This is one current voltage sensor and we have a current sensor here. So now I am just connecting this. This same thing you have to simulate in MATLAB. MATLAB environment, you will be simulating it. This is the first simulation, you will be doing it in Simulink. We will be just testing our circuit. So real time, I told you it's a Vikram Solar 37 watts. So same thing you have to simulate it. What you have to do in order to simulate that, go and take their data sheet. In their data sheet, they have given number of parameters. Open circuit voltage, short circuit current, VMPP, IMPP, ऐसे बहुत सारा parameters जो भी चाहिए आपको simulation के लिए they'll give. Then you have to write down the equation, current equation, and like this, all these parameters what you have got, you substitute in this and make a whole PV system, and the PV output will be when you draw the characteristics of the PV output, you will get a similar V and I characteristics. You have to draw that. This is a PV system. If it is a tank system, you will be writing the equation for the tank system and you will put all the parameters there and you will get an output. Now, once the system is ready, you will just test what output you want. You have got it correctly or not. Okay. So, if PV ka modeling, if aapko chahiye, to you can go to MATLAB file exchange. Okay. Just in Google search MATLAB file exchange, and there are number of say IITians and jo NITians, unki jo thesis ki models and .mdl model for this PV array is already available. And now MATLAB 2015, those who have MATLAB 2015, this PV array model is already available. सो जो आपने डेटा शीट से लाइक से उनकी कोई भी डेटा शीट्स हैं, विक्रम सोलार का भी ले लिया तो उनकी डेटा शीट से जो भी पैरामीटर्स हैं, इफ यू गो एंड एंटर इन दैट, there is a GUI given, if you go and enter the value, it will give you the output characteristics similar to this. So wind also, even PV, all the renewable energy, fuel cell, all these things are available in MATLAB. Fuel cell and wind are available even in 2012 version, but if you go, that PV is not available there in 2012. 2015, the PV model is also available. Okay, so you can go and take those models. So now that model you have taken here, आपने डेटा शीट से डेटा एंटर कर लिया, then you will get this thing. So I have roughly drawn this. So this is my PV, this is my voltage sensor, this is my current sensor. Okay, this is my DC to DC converter. It may be a buck converter, boost converter, anything, and this is my load. Okay, so now actually what I'll do, I will, जो PV से यहां से वोल्टेज जो आ रहे हैं उसको लेके I will connect it to this point. Okay, इस पॉइंट में ये मैंने डी स्पेस कनेक्ट किया है. फर्स्ट में आई एम शोइंग सिमुलेशन में हम क्या करेंगे. दिस फर्स्ट सिमुलेशन में दिस विल नॉट बी देयर, दिस विल नॉट बी देयर एंड दिस विल नॉट बी देयर. बाकी थिंग्स सिमुलेशन में होगा. ओके, आपने यहां से वोल्टेज ले लिया, यहां दे दिया इनपुट, यहां इस एमपीपीटी कंट्रोलर में चले जाएगा. सिमिलरली यू हैव, यहां से आपने करंट का ले लिया, you will be giving it to this current point. So यहाँ वोल्टेज इसके अंदर आ जाएंगे, करंट यहाँ आ जाएंगे, और this is the P and O algorithm what you have written. Okay, इसके अंदर आप algorithm लिखेंगे. So voltage and current आ गया, this P and O algorithm will run inside and it will give you an output which is the duty cycle. Okay, so उसका real time हम MATLAB में करने का screenshot मैं I have taken it, so there I will show you. Again don't get confused, it will be coming step by step. I will be showing you. So यहाँ हमने क्या कर दिया, ये पूरा सिमुलेशन करके वोल्टेज यहाँ से ले लिया, यहाँ दे दिया, करंट यहाँ से ले लिया, और आपकी परटर्ब एंड ऑब्जर्व के आउटपुट ड्यूटी साइकिल है. दिस ड्यूटी साइकिल यू विल बी, ड्यूटी साइकिल जो भी आपको यहाँ आउटपुट में मिला है, दैट यू विल बी कनेक्टिंग इट टू दिस डीसी टू डीसी कन्वर्टर एंड दिस ओवरऑल सिस्टम विल बी रनिंग. सो आपने सिमुलेशन में टेस्ट कर दिया. ओके, वंस यू डू सिमुलेशन एंड योर आउटपुट इज कमिंग प्रॉपरली, देन व्हाट वी डू, वी गो फॉर implementation. So implementation में this is which circuit is this one, upper circuit कौन सा circuit है, ये जो circuit जो ऊपर है circuit, what is this circuit called? I already told you, power circuit. Is it? This circuit is, upper circuit is a power circuit. It is working at a higher voltage level. And this perturb and observe, और जो ये जो algorithm है, this you have to burn into your controller. This is your control circuit. So sensor से जो voltage आ रहे हैं उसको हम reduce करके, step down करके, you will give it into your controller. So this whole circuit, this नीचे वाला circuit you will burn into your controller. Okay? And उस controller के input क्या होगा, एक voltage and एक आपका current होगा, और उस controller का output होगा आपका duty cycle. Can you understand? So once you simulated, जो upper वाला जो circuit है उसको remove कर देंगे, and simulation करने के बाद आपका circuit ऐसे हो जाएगा. Only this portion you take, perturb and observe भी लेंगे आप. Okay, now hardware में मैं implement करने वाली हूँ. So what I will do, now I have to connect my D space. Once I connect my D space, yesterday I showed you Arduino. Arduino का एक library form हो गया था Simulink में. Do you remember it? Same way, इस केस में भी डी स्पेस कनेक्ट करते समय इसका भी एक लाइब्रेरी क्रिएट हो जाएगा. वहां से आपको क्या चाहिए, आई हैव टेकन हियर एनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्वर्टर. सो एनालॉग वोल्टेज जो आ रहे हैं उसको डिजिटली कन्वर्ट करके वी विल गिव इट इनसाइड. सिमिलरली दिस इज एनालॉग टू डिजिटल कन्वर्टर अगेन. वो ये मक्स वाला है, ये दिस इज एन ऑर्डिनरी, दैट ऑल्सो आई विल शो यू इन डी स्पेस में, मैं दिखा देती हूँ. सो मक्स वाला में भी आप इनपुट दे सकते हैं और ordinary analog to digital converter में भी दे सकते हैं. So these blocks you will be taking it from Simulink. This is already existing in Simulink. उसमें connect कर देंगे, और output port लेने के लिए what you do, you connect a PWM channel here. So this is also D space. this icon and this icon will come only when DSpace is connected. कल Adreno connect किया था, हमने Adreno का DAC का like DAC देखा था. Similarly here DSpace का points, these things will come only in systems when DSpace is connected. Okay, is it clear? So now what is a DSpace? So this is the same system. यहाँ मैंने क्या कर दिया, वो perturb and observe को रिमूव करके न्यूरल नेटवर्क से ट्रेन करके डेटा रियल टाइम लेके न्यूरल नेटवर्क को ट्रेन किया था, उसको यहाँ डाल दिया. So this neural network, I think yesterday I told you. So those who have attended my yesterday lecture, they will understand how I created this neural network. You remember? NN start. Then I went into the वो जो toolbox था, fitting tool के अंदर input and output data also I showed you like yesterday. So कितना input है यहाँ, 2 inputs and 1 output. So उस data को load कर दो, उसको train कर दो, Simulink model मैंने बना दिया, उस Simulink model का subsystem बना के I have put it here. Can you get it? Okay, so this is how we connect the hardware. So here also voltage and current, input current दे दिया, this neural network will run and give me a duty cycle. I'll be creating the PWM. So duty cycle से इसके अंदर ही DSpace has a capability to generate the pulse width modulation depending on the duty cycle. So this one is the thing. I'll be showing you in the MATLAB environment. Don't worry, just now understand what we are doing. We didn't do anything. We had a PV array. उस PV array से voltage and current को हमने acquire कर लिया और उस voltage and current के accordingly we want a duty cycle that will control our DC to DC converter. So क्या हम actually कर रहे हैं यहाँ impedance matching. Okay, voltage and current लेके और duty cycle को fire करके क्या हम कर रहे हैं, impedance matching कर रहे हैं. When the load impedance and source impedance match हो जाएगा, maximum power transfer होगा, हमारा जो peak point हमको मिल जाएंगे. That is what is our aim. So now we are going, this is a small setup which we did in our laboratory. So I have already shown you the circuit of that. So यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं, यहाँ एक black thing. So this is nothing but our DC to DC converter. It is a buck converter. Actually, you can tell this as a buck. Buck in the sense it step down the voltage. You can use boost also आपकी requirement के accordingly. से मुझे इस केस में एक बैटरी को चार्ज करना था. So battery is 12 volts. मेरा जो PV दे रहे हैं 17 volts. So I am bucking it. से आपको इसको smart grid के साथ connect करना है. Smart grid will be at a higher voltage. There you go for boost converters. और in some application से आपका voltage change होके आ रहा है. So you can use a buck boost converter to maintain a constant output voltage. So it is your requirement. Depending on that, you will be choosing. You want buck converter, boost converter और कौन सा converter है. So this is a buck converter. Actually this module we got it. इसके अंदर एक buck converter भी है, एक inverter भी है. Okay, so if you want to convert that output जो DC मिल रहा है उसको AC में convert करना है तो वो भी है. But in this experiment I have not used. We have bypassed that inverter. So this module is a buck converter and I think you can see here this point. यहाँ एक red wire जा रहे हैं ऐसे, यहाँ से ऐसे ही एक red wire जा रहे हैं या हमारे DSpace से. So it is going to this buck converter का जो firing pulse यहाँ जा रहे हैं, वो जो power switch में जा रहे हैं. Okay, वो मैं आपको enlarge करके last में दिखाती हूँ. Since I have written it is not getting enlarged. So this is the thing. Okay, can you get this? Okay, so now this is the buck converter. This is our PV. So मेरा जो PV है, this is my PV panel. Okay, 37 watts का PV panel. And this is just a panel ही है जिसमें voltmeters and ammeters are kept. Okay, so this is just a panel where voltmeters and ammeters are kept. You have your voltmeter ammeter, आप separately भी connect कर सकते हैं. हमने इसको एक पैनल में because we want around 2 voltmeters and 2 ammeters and उसमें लोड एक रेसिस्टर भी इसके यहाँ एक पॉट है. So उस पॉट को हमने रेसिस्टर जैसे यूज कर लिया. Okay, is it clear? So now this is our computer where we have the CPU and here this is the DSpace. So हमारा जो DSpace है, this is our DSpace. So this is our DSpace. Okay, so this is the DSpace module which you can see here. And DSpace आप देखते समय this is the input output port ही है. इसके अंदर जो processor है that will be connected in the CPU. Okay, that also I'll be showing you in the next slide. Okay, and this point you can see, this is our current and voltage sensor. मैंने बोला था आपको कि हमने एक पोटेंशियल डिवाइडर यूज किया था वोल्टेज के लिए और एक रेसिस्टर यूज किया था करंट. सो दैट दिस इज आवर वोल्टेज एंड करंट सेंसर. Okay, so the overall connection is given as I showed you in the first slide. PV था, voltage sensor, then negative में current sensor, you have a buck converter and a load. Same connection we have done here and we have run the algorithm. So that we will see later. So this is the overall setup. So this is the D space. I was telling you about the D space. So this is your D space. So in this D space you can see here the analog to digital converter. So यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं ADC, analog to digital converter. This is also an ADC, channel 5 to channel 8. So इस दोनों के ये हैं कि see in this ADC, this one, these are muxed. Okay, at the same time you can send 4 data through this channel. Okay, these 4, if you see all these, one second. So in this case if you see, ये जो 4 हैं, they are muxed, multiplexed. In the sense all the 4 data you can send through the same channel. Okay, and here if you see, these things are not multiplex. These are single channels. So some application में आपको चाहिए कि singly channel like data should be going alone. So this is single analog to digital converters. So analog values can be given here, and I told you the analog value also not more than 12 volts. Okay, you give till 12 volts. These channels, if you see this, जो भी मैं yellow में दिखा रही हूँ, these are the digital to analog channels हैं. Okay, and digital to analog conversion. When you have a digital thing and you want to convert to analog, say output, digital जो output है, उसको analog में convert करके you want to bring it out, you can use this analog to digital conversion channels. And these ones which you can see here are digital input output ports. Digital input इसमें दे सकते हैं और digital output ऐसे भी आप ले सकते हैं. Even the firing pulses द्वारा हम usually digital input output port से भी हम ले सकते हैं. And these are the PWMs. So as I already told you, PWM has a driving capability, higher voltage in थोड़ा ये जो digital pin से same voltage लिया तो वो थोड़ा कम voltage का होगा and current भी कम होगा. When it is a PWM, it is having a capability to drive a motor or something. But still you have to have driver ICs and isolations. But this PWM will give you a little higher voltage than this digital input output pins. And then these things which you can see here, the yellow thing, these ports are mainly used for robotic applications, UART and RS422 and RS485. So if you want to, you have some robotic applications, you can go for these ports. So these are the different ports in the D space. Okay, so now as I already told you, this is the PCI port. So you can see here जो D space है, उस D space के साथ एक केबल कनेक्टेड है यहाँ. उस केबल के जो इस एंड है, this you will be connecting in this PCI port. Okay, and this PCI port will be kept inside your CPU. CPU में भी आपको PCI port होना चाहिए, and उस CPU port में आप ये जो processor है, you will be connecting it to it. Okay, so आपकी जो output में आप बाहर है, this is only input output ports है, but your processor will be connected inside your CPU. Okay, and apart from that, here you require it cannot be, a key is also given by this D space. Like एक pen drive के जैसे ही एक key है, so once you connect this key only, this D space will work. Okay, it's a lock. So it's just a key for D space. Okay, so you have to, that's just like a pen drive, you have to just insert it and then your D space will start working. So now this is your D space. And now D space के जो भी specifications हैं, I'll just show you the specifications of D space. So the processor here is MPC8240 processor with PPC 608 core on-chip peripheral, 64-bit floating point processor है, 250 megahertz है इसका frequency and 2 into 16 KB cache memory है, on-chip है, और you have memory, global memories there, 32 MB SD RAM. Then you have ADCs, 5 ADC channels are there, that 1 into 16 bit plus 4 into 12 bit. Okay, one is multiplex and another is single. So that is what is given here. The resolution and all these things. You have a slave DSP subsystem there. So Texas Instrument ka TMS 320F 240 DSP. So DSP processor 1104 is, this is 1104 model hai. So it's a DSP processor. So this is 16-bit fixed point processor and 20 megahertz clock frequency is there for that. And these are some of the input output data. Like supply is plus 5 volts and plus 12 volts input is required here. For some place it is plus 5 and for some application 12 volts. So all these inputs inbuilt it is given. So we externally it is not necessary to give, it is input. So this is the data or your specification of DSpace. Okay, DSpace processor का. So ये है आपकी library window. So I was yesterday also when I showed you Arduino का जो हमने target installer करने के बाद एक window open हो गया था जिसमें बहुत सारा parameters हैं. So here when you go to the MATLAB environment and if you give RTI, real time interface, simply give the command RTI, this window will open. Okay, so this is the library in Simulink library. So now this master PCC है, उसको double click किया तो one more window like this will open where you have this analog to digital converter, MUX ADC, then DAC, all these things. Similarly, the slave DSP है ना, उसको आपने click कर दिया, you will have the PWM का जो भी port, वहाँ मैंने आपको MATLAB में दिखाया था, PWM 4 channels, that will be there. Okay, so this is the Simulink environment for DSpace. The command which you should give is RTI. When you give RTI, this window will open. And from here you can pick and drop all those parameters which you want. Okay, so this is the thing. So ये हमने experimentation perturb and absorb में करके जो data acquire किया है. This is the thing. I'll show you real data कैसे acquire किया है. When we go to the MATLAB environment, you will understand. And उसकी जो हमने MPPT comparison भी किया है. Perturb and absorb method में we got an efficiency of around So we did different methods. Perturb and absorb उसमें जो step size है 0.1, 0.01 and 0.001 से भी किया. Then incremental conductance, neural network, ANFIS with constant voltage tracker, like feedback लेके. So we did number of experimentations and we have taken the data here. So now I'll be just showing you हमने MATLAB environment में कैसे किया है. It is actually I'm not doing it now really. वो हमने lab में because DSpace के बिना वो नहीं कर सकते हैं. So हमारे पास lab में available है and those participants here once your validation is over you can come, those who are interested you can come to the lab there and I will be just showing you. It is in the running condition. Okay, so आपको real time में भी आप वो देख सकते हैं. So this system जो मैंने वहाँ lab में किया है उसका पूरा screenshot लिया है. Now I am going to run that screenshot and I'll be explaining you that. So now ये तो recording वाला software है, BB Flashback. Now it will come. So first what you have to do for this, you have to switch on the MATLAB. Okay, DSpace के लिए आप MATLAB turn on करना है. So DSpace 1104 के लिए the MATLAB required is 2011B. So वो जो DSpace वाला ही आके आपको वो connect करके दे देंगे. Okay. So once you connect DSpace, आपके system MATLAB के साथ DSpace connected है तो आपको ये initially अपने आप आएगा. You need not do anything. जिस MATLAB window में आपने DSpace connect किया है, आपके system में DSpace connect हो गया तो आपका command prompt initially नहीं आएगा. से आप जाके anytime when you open MATLAB first command prompt आएगा ना. इस case में command prompt will not be coming. In this case when you have connected DSpace, अपने आप एक run hoga. So that is what you are seeing here. I have stopped it just to explain. So here you can see here RTI 1104. Okay, that is the thing which we have to click. So बाकी जो भी RTI 1105 है, AB DSpace है 1106, 1103, all these things we have 1104. So that is what is shown here. Okay, so now I'll be just clicking on and there is some process going on. This is the process. ऑन करने के बाद हो रहा है. सो जस्ट सी दिस. सो RTI 1104 को जब क्लिक करना है सो इट विल स्टार्ट रनिंग. So ये MATLAB environment में this is going on. It will take little time because it's real time running now. So configuration DSpace software for MATLAB. So it's running. So it is initializing. So now the RTI window has opened. Like just इसमें just click OK करना है. So ये अभी the process is running. So अभी command prompt आ गया. Okay. So now the command prompt has come. So now the command prompt has come. After command prompt has come, what we do? We go to the current folder. हमारे current folder में जाके हमारा program जहां भी मैंने करके रखा है उसको निकालना है. Okay. The next process is once the process is over. RTI connected है हमारा 1104 हमने select कर दिया OK हो गया. Now I'll be going to this current folder and I'll be choosing the program which I want to run, which I've already done. So now you can see that. So I'm just going to the current folder. मेरा जो program है desktop में है. So I'm just selecting that. Just click OK. So the desktop window will come here. So now my program is this PO test 2. So I'm just double clicking on that and I'm opening the MDL file. So I've already shown you how to make this .mdl. Previously Simulink में हमने दिखा दिया है. So same file I'm just opening. This is a perturb and absorb algorithm which we have done here. So you can see here. This is this MATLAB. Okay, so MATLAB का जो environment है. So I already told you हमने क्या किया है. हमने इसको Simulink में भी करके we run it. Once we are sure that our program is running clearly, what we did, we removed all the PV arrays, buck converters, उसको पूरा remove करके, this is only our controller. वैसे उसमें हमने ये ADC and MUX डाल दिया और यहाँ PWM का channel डाल दिया. How did we put these things? DSpace. So what was the command? RTI. So आपने command window में वहाँ जाके RTI डाल दिया. That window will open. From there you have to pick and drop this. Okay. So I already told you this is say the analog to digital converter. उसको double click कर दिया तो so you can see here this is the analog to digital converter. Okay. So उसमें यहाँ channel आप select कर सकते हैं कौन सा channel है. Okay. So this is channel 5. यहाँ एक ही channel select कर सकते हैं. 5 select करो, 6, 7 and 8 उसमें एक ही select कर सकते हैं. So I am selecting any one channel you can select. I have selected the 5th channel. Okay. This is a MUX. So इसमें देखो आप multiple channels select कर सकते हैं. At the same time you can send multiple signals. Okay. So this is if you want to send 4 signals, click all the things. Multiple signals इसमें send कर सकते हैं. Just click OK. Apply and OK. So यहाँ एक signal वो current में भेज रही हूँ. And this is the gain which I was telling you people. Okay, I told you ना. So in this case we have taken that जो 17 volts है उसको हम 0.17 volt ही लिया. So उसको हमने एक बार 10 से multiply कर दिया, एक और बार 10 से multiply कर दिया. यहाँ एक और बार 10. So we went into a safer side so that nothing should happen to our processor. So उस data again it will be here voltage and this is your current. You have parameters and enable. In the sense enable is just a step input हमने दिया है. When that step होगा तभी MPPT run होना शुरू करेगा. उसके पहले MPPT नहीं run होगा, normally run होगा. And when enable जिस time पे मैंने enable दिया and then we can check the efficiency. पहले कैसे था and this ना. So हमने एक enable and some MPPT parameters like here से perturb and absorb में जो del D था. मैंने बोला ना step size. मैंने different experimentation हमने किया था 0.01 से साथ किया, 0.001 से किया. So that we have given in this MPPT parameter. हमने जो भी parameter set करना है, duty cycle किस range से किस range. The duty cycle will vary from 0 to 1. So मुझे 0 to 1 नहीं vary करना है, 0.5 to 0.9. So those parameters you can set in this MPPT parameter. So mainly यहाँ जो real time parameter आ रहे हैं कितना है? Voltage and current. Only 2 parameters are coming and my output will be duty cycle. So you can see here when I double click, how did I create this? Which block is this? मैंने डबल क्लिक किया ये विंडो ओपन कर रहे हैं. वहां मैंने कोडिंग लिखा है Simulink में. So which window is this? Embedded block. Second day, Nera sir had come and told you how to create an embedded block, and you have to write the coding here. So here you can see I have written a function perturb and absorb P and O. मेरा जो 4 parameters बाहर से आ रहे हैं उस दोनों 4 को मैंने define कर दिया and my output is my duty cycle. Can you see here? P and O parameters, enable V and I are my program inputs to this, and D is my output. Okay, so I have written the program here, the whole program. Okay, I'm just not explaining the program because you can, आपकी जो भी logic आप develop करना है, that you can do, and this program also you can get it from website. मैंने जो बोला ना MATLAB file exchange, उसमें this perturb and observe and all these algorithms are available. So you can just go and see there. So my finally मेरा duty cycle आपको output मिलेगा इस block से. So now you understood how we wrote in MATLAB. V and I are my input. I wrote the program here and duty cycle output. So here saturation. Why I have given saturation is एक particular value की ज़्यादा नहीं जाना है, 0.95 की ज़्यादा नहीं जाना है मेरा. So in case my duty cycle coming out from a perturb and observe is more than 0.95, then it will saturate. 0.95 की ज़्यादा नहीं vary करना शुरू करेंगे. Like it will not allow. Okay, because I don't want to go above that. So you can even fix your duty cycles. किस range में होना चाहिए. And here just to display I have given the D and I will be taking it to the PWM. So here also you can see those ports which are not required I have just connected 0. Okay, 0 constant दे दिया, जिस port में मैंने connection नहीं किया, जिस port चाहिए वही हमने यहाँ connect किया है. So this is the PWM block. So PWM you can see 1.25 Hertz to 5 megahertz तक you can set the frequency of PWM generation, and these are default connected. You need not do anything. आप देख सकते हैं इसमें 4 channels हैं, तो 4 outputs आपको generate कर सकते हैं. 4 PWMs you can generate at a time. Okay, so I have just closed it. So this is the thing. So now what we do, we go to the simulation में configuration parameter. This also I have shown you. Okay, for hardware what was the configuration setting? Do you remember? कौन सा होता है, ODE कौन सा होता है हार्डवेयर के लिए? ODE 3 and आपका fixed set step. So do you remember? उस setting को again we have to do it here. So that is what is done here. So hardware में every time if you default, if you see say solver first जाना है, so you can see here the solvers. आप solver देख सकते हैं 0 and the stop time should be infinite. Okay, it should run for infinite time. Fixed set step है and solver is ODE 3. Okay. And fixed step size 0.001 is the हमने जो frequency step fundamental sampling time हमने रखा है, that is 0.001. That also you can do it. आपकी hardware के accordingly आप ये set करेंगे 0.001. हमने 0.0001 भी दिया था. More samples it will take, but what is the problem? आपकी memory out हो जाएगा. So you see that आपकी optimally आपकी जो आउटपुट सिग्नल है वो प्रॉपरली आना है. वहां डेसिमेशन किया ना, मोर डेसिमेशन दे दिया तो यू विल व्हाट यू वांट यू विल नॉट गेट. सो यू हैव टू चूज व्हाट शुड बी योर सैम्पलिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू योर हार्डवेयर. ओके, so ODE 3 हमने सेलेक्ट किया है. सो दिस इज वन थिंग, नॉर्मल सेटिंग 0 infinite fixed step. Next we will go to optimization. So this optimization block में when you are doing simulation, this block reduction will always be clicked. it on में होगा. So what you have to do, you have to uncheck that. This block reduction you have to uncheck. So that is what this will be there. You have to just uncheck it. Then we will go to code generation. So code generation में आप देखते समय you can see here you have to go and browse first. यहाँ जाके आप browse करना है. Browse करके यहाँ RTI 1104. So that I'll be showing you now. So RTI 1104 select करना है and यहाँ जो language है it is C language. So C और C++ दोनों में कुछ भी आप select कर सकते हैं, but mostly C में वो जो hex code generate करके it will burn it. So you can have the C itself. We will not do any change here. Automatically it will select C. So I am just going to browse. I am selecting my RTI 1104. I am selecting. I am just clicking OK. Okay, then I am selecting my build. So this build option is to just to burn the program or flash the program into my controller. Okay, so now when once I give, मैंने कुछ changes यहाँ किया ना, so it is asking me whether I have to do the changes. Okay. So once I press OK, that is I am building now. Now my program will get flashed into my DSpace processor. So it's a small error it is giving. The problem is मैंने इसको मास्क किया था और TS control एक वैल्यू दिया था, उसको मैंने डिफाइन नहीं किया प्रोग्राम रन होने के पहले. So now I have given the TS control, masking का जो वैल्यू I have given again I am building the program. Once again I am doing the same procedure. Because जो भी आपने Simulink में ब्लॉक बनाया है, आपने कुछ मास्किंग पैरामीटर रखा तो you have to give that masking values. That also masking also I have already taught you. So now the program is running. It is getting flashed. तो ये फ्लैश होते समय आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ ये एक .sdf फाइल will be created. So this is running now. See here you can see. This is very important. आप loading application से po_test2.sdf. So this SDF file, when you're running this SDF file will be created. इस SDF file को आप कॉल किया तो रियल टाइम पैरामीटर देख सकते हैं, कैसे वो वेरी हो रहे हैं उसको देख सकते हैं. सो ये हम कंट्रोल डेस्क एक और एनवायरमेंट है, वहां जाके इस .sdf फाइल को कॉल करके वी विल बी सीइंग द रियल टाइम वैल्यू. ओके, सो नाउ जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस, आई विल जस्ट टेल यू दैट आल्सो. When it is running, the .sdf file is created. So now the program is running. So now it is successfully burnt. Okay, make process succeeded. It has succeeded. So now I am just closing everything and I am just minimizing it. Okay, now I am going to the control desk. Okay. So you can see here, it has started. This is the control desk environment. यहाँ पर एक icon दिख रहा है ना आपको, DSpace control desk. So when you purchase DSpace, they itself will come and give you this control desk also. इसमें आप real time parameter देख सकते हैं. So now this is the control desk. The control desk is opening. So इस कंट्रोल डेस्क में हम जो .sdf फाइल क्रिएट हुआ था ना उसको कॉल करेंगे. So you have to just drag it down and do accept. So I've just accepted it. Now the control desk will open. Once the control desk opens, I have to call that .sdf file which was created in my program and I will see my output there, real time. So इस केस में आपको CRO कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. You can have all the data here itself. You can see that, monitor it, and you can record it. And you can do analysis, everything you can do it here. Okay, आप Excel में भी data लेके जा सकते हैं. So this control desk is a real-time environment to see the data and it is given by DSpace itself. So first what you have to do, you have to run your program, then flash that program in the DSpace and .sdf file which is created, you have to call here. That is what you have to do. तो DSpace हमने जो लिया था, one second, हमने जो DSpace लिया था, it was around 6 lakhs or something. This 1104. Okay, this is a DSP processor. 1103 is around 11 lakhs. उसके higher version भी अभी हम एक दिया है. It is some DSpace box ऐसे कुछ है. I don't remember the model. That is around some 15 lakhs. So as the capability increases, input output increases and the processor का like say FPGA base if you go, you have to give around 11 lakhs पे 1103 आपको मिल जाएगा. Now I don't know the present rate, but it was around that because when we were purchasing, we were also seeing for 1103. So उस time पे it was around 11. So now might be it is 12 or something. It will be around that. So this one 1103 was, sorry, 1104, the DSP is around 6 lakhs when we purchased. Now you can see here the control desk. So control desk mein I am just going to the new project experiment. I am just opening a new project experiment and I have to just give the project name and all. Next ही करना है यहाँ. I am just giving next, again next. New project हम open कर रहे हैं. That's all. New project. And here you can see. So in this you can see here. इसमें जाके 1104 first time आप करना है. Okay, this is the first time when you do it, you have to connect this DS1104. It is connected. आपका कुछ और model है तो you have to just connect that one. So here also next, and here when you come, you have to import that .sdf file. I was telling you about a .sdf file now, that you have to import now. So now you can see I'm just going to import, and that was created in desktop, is it? PO and testa. So I'm just going there, desktop mein, and I'm just searching for that .sdf file. So you can see here that PO.sdf file is here. So PO.sdf file. So I am just clicking that, plus open .sdf file, open, and we have opened it, and just give finish. So जो .sdf फाइल हमने बर्न किया था वो यहाँ आ जाएगा दिस वेरिएबल में, इस लोकेशन में. So creating a project and that will come. So po.sdf is here now. Now we will go and open here, and हमको जो भी parameters देखना है, ये आपको model root है. So here you can see that po test2.sdf, उसके नीचे आपको model root है. Okay, that model root के अंदर you have your voltage, current, power, जो भी देखना है, वहां जो भी scopes हमने डाला था, हमारे जो MATLAB विंडो में जितना भी स्कोप डाला है वहां देख नहीं सकते हैं, यहाँ आके आप देख सकते हैं. वो रनिंग कंडीशन में भी जाके वहां स्कोप ओपन किया था, कुछ भी नहीं दिखेगा. ओके, वो स्कोप हमने क्यों डाला है, उस पैरामीटर आके यहाँ देखने के लिए. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. सो नाउ यू कैन सी हियर मॉडल रूट के अंदर जाके आई एम जस्ट ओपनिंग एंड आई एम जस्ट सीइंग ऑल द पैरामीटर्स. सो आई एम जस्ट सीइंग द करंट. सो करंट हैज कम हियर. उसको हम कैसे ड्रैग करके you have to put it here. So when I click current, the current was coming here, I dragged and I made a plot. Now D I clicked, duty cycle, I am just dragging that which is coming there and put it here. I am putting a display. Okay. Similarly, I want power. So power को मैं अभी click करूँगी, फिर power when it comes here. So say when I click power, the power is coming here. Okay, जो भी यहाँ आ रहे हैं उसको drag करके यहाँ डाल दो, और किस फॉर्मेट में चाहिए देन वी कैन सेलेक्ट दैट. सो पावर सेलेक्ट कर दिया, आई एम ड्रैगिंग एंड पुटिंग इट हियर, एंड नाउ यू कैन सी हियर यू हैव डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट्स लाइक प्लॉटर, बार, डिस्प्ले, गेज, नॉब, जो भी आपको चाहिए यू कैन सेलेक्ट इट. सो आई एम जस्ट सेलेक्टिंग द डिस्प्ले, एंड वोल्टेज भी है, सो वोल्टेज भी ले लिया मैंने, और मुझे एक प्लॉटर चाहिए था, आई हैव केप्ट द प्लॉटर. तो दीज थिंग्स, जो भी पैरामीटर्स देखना है उसको मैंने यहाँ अभी सेट कर लिया. नाउ व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, आई विल जस्ट गो टू दिस इज स्टार्ट ऑनलाइन कैलिब्रेशन. सो यू कैन सी हियर सम आइकॉन्स व्हिच आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वन इज स्टार्ट ऑनलाइन कैलिब्रेशन, दैट ग्रीन वन. देन उसके पास में जो ब्लू दिख रहे हैं, से दिस इज दिस, जो यहाँ जो ग्रीन में है, दिस इज टू स्टार्ट द कैलिब्रेशन. फर्स्ट वी हैव टू स्टार्ट द कैलिब्रेशन. देन ये जो ब्लू है, दिस इज टू स्टार्ट द मेजरमेंट. तो वंस यू गिव स्टार्ट मेजरमेंट, वहां के जो रियल टाइम वैल्यूज है इट विल कम हियर. एंड दीज टू हियर जो आपको रेड में दिख रहे हैं, दीज आर फॉर रिकॉर्डिंग. सो व्हेन यू आर गिविंग सम ट्रांसिएंट्स, यू आर टर्निंग ऑन स्विच अ थिंग, यू कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट रिकॉर्डिंग एंड स्विच ऑन इट. सो जो भी ट्रांसिएंट्स है आपको पूरा रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं. उस डेटा को एक्सेल में लेके जाके और मैटलैब में लेके जाके यू कैन डू द प्लॉटिंग एंड यू कैन डू द एनालिसिस. Okay, so now you can just see we will be start online calibration. So it is starting the online calibration. It will first calibrate. So some values will come here. So you can see here it is changing, but it is not the accurate one. So once you start measurement, the original values will start coming. So now start measurement. So you can see here this is a real time value. Okay, जो PV से real time value that you can see it here. The duty cycle is also changing here. The power is also there. So now I'll be just turning on the power, and उसका जो यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं voltage is around 5 volts and current is very less, 0 में ही है, because this is room light में जो voltage मिल रहे वो है. When we like keep the panel there, room किसे, now I turned on the panel. When I turned on the panel, you can see the voltage has gone till around 12 volts or something, and your amps is also 0.5 amps. Okay, so आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ 0.5 amps है, duty cycle is 0.43, power is this, and this voltage is also varying here. Oh God, starting से चलेंगे. One second, वो So this is the thing, that real time values also you can see here. Actually what I did is, when I did something, mera the one which was going continuously got stopped and I came out. So this is the thing. Now you can see the real time data. When you started measuring it, it started measuring the value, and same way you can start recording the values also. Okay. Anyway, I'm just stopping with this. This is how we do. And real time, I'll show you the real time circuits also, what we have done. So this was the real time panel. Say हमारा solar panel है ये. Okay. So this is the 37 watts panel. So हमारे पास 2 panels हैं, इसको series और parallel में हम connect कर सकते हैं. This was a irradiation sensor we made not to find the efficiency of the system. So here you have the tungsten lamps. So these are the switches to turn on the supply और टर्न ऑफ. लाइक आपको जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन करना है उसकी इंटेंसिटी भी हम चेंज कर सकते हैं, उसके लिए भी दिया है. सो दिस इज अ करंट सेंसर, लाइक दिस इज एन इरेडिएशन सेंसर. ओके, इसके लिए एफिशिएंसी कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमको कितना इरेडिएशन इसमें फॉल हो रहे हैं वो चाहिए था. सो हमने क्या किया है, हमारे पास एक रेडिएशन सेंसर है, बट ये रियल टाइम में आना चाहिए ना, वो तो ऐसे मॉनिटरिंग टाइप था. सो व्हाट वी डिड, वी मेड एन इरेडिएशन सेंसर एंड वी कैलिब्रेटेड विद दैट, एंड इसके एडजस्ट करके इस साइड में जितना भी लाइट फॉल रहा है उसके एडजस्ट करके वी हैव टेकन दिस वैल्यू. सो अभी तो आपको वोल्टेज एंड करंट इनपुट ही दिखाया था. इवन वी टुक इरेडिएशन एंड टेम्परेचर, 4 इनपुट्स लेके हमने किया है. सो यू हैव द करंट सेंसर बिलो दिस. LM35 एक है, so it is kept below this panel. So this was the panel. It was during winters, so you can see the module temperature. एक winter में हमने लिया था. It was around 16.4. The temperature there was that. And module current, module voltage, all these things. These are just voltmeters and ammeters. Those things are also available. This was the potential load. जो load connected था ना, हमने इसकी यहाँ की potentiometry ले लिया था. Here you can see the DC voltage. ये जो हमने कनेक्ट नहीं किया है अभी ऐसे हैं. So this is the पूरा पैनल है. और this was the sensor what we made. तो यहाँ आप 2 resistors हैं. This is a voltage sensor and this is the current sensor. तो यहाँ से जो red points जा रहे हैं ना, यहाँ इसको टैप करके हमने D space में दे दिया हमारे current के लिए. And these 2 ports together we made it as a voltage sensor. and इसके बीच में से हमने हमारा ये ले लिया, जो वोल्टेज है उसको ले लिया. So this was a current sensor and voltage sensor. So we have tapped it and we have taken it. So this was here. There I showed you a buck converter. हमने उस buck converter को bypass करके we made a synchronous buck here. So this is it, overall buck converter. If you want like you can have your own modules also. वो जो मैंने दिखाया था वो हमारे experimental setup है, but this in our PhD work हमने हमारा buck भी own buck बना के we have done it. This is the buck and this the inductor in buck which was designed. We're just showing it. So this is the D space. D space में हम जाके उसको कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं. We have around 4 inputs given. and from here this red one we are taking the PWM. Okay, इसमें 4 इनपुट्स दे रहे हैं. मैंने बोला था ना, मैंने आपको 2 ही वोल्टेज एंड करंट का कॉन्सेप्ट ही बताया था. वी हैव इन इरेडिएशन एंड टेम्परेचर के साथ भी एनालाइज कर सकते हैं. सो 4 इनपुट्स वी आर गिविंग एंड वी आर टेकिंग 1 आउटपुट यहां से ड्यूटी साइकिल. So this is our D space. That is CLP1104. So this is your PWM that is given here. In this case, it is given to the buck converter which we have designed. So this is the irradiation. So here you can see here one more sensor is there. One second. So this one you can see here one more sensor. This is for the irradiation and temperature. उसके scale down के लिए again we have used things and we have taken these data. So 4 data था ना, voltage and current के लिए वहाँ 2 sensor दिखाया था. Same way irradiation and temperature LM35 का भी वो जो scale down करके we have used this one in order to take it. So now this knob is for changing the intensity of light falling on it. So these inputs are coming here. 4 things to D space. So यहाँ जो black wire है, we were telling, so that is connected to the CPU. You can see here it is being connected to the CPU. CPU की पोर्ट में, PCI पोर्ट में हमने कनेक्ट कर दिया. This also the D space people will come and do it for us. Okay, you need not worry. ये मैंने just दिखाने के लिए we have taken it. And that key also I just want to show. The lock. So ये हमारा जो CPU के, this is a system and so this is the key or you can say the lock. Pause nahi ho rahe. So this green one, okay, this green one is a pen drive, वो बहुत close हो गया. So one is a pen drive, the other green one is the lock there which is required, that you have to put it. तो हमारा जो results है, I'll just show you in the other. So here you can see control desk open करके you can see the parameters and once we turn on the यहाँ से हमने turn on कर लिया. Around 16 and temperature, module temperature, you can see the module voltage under normal condition it is 6.4. Okay, current is this. So I have just turned it on. Now you can see the voltage, module temperature is around 12 and current is also started flowing, 0.38 flow होना शुरू कर दिया. Okay, and output में अभी buck होके buck converter है ना, so voltage buck होना चाहिए. So output voltage आप देख सकते हैं 7.3 हो गया. वहाँ 12 था, मैंने buck कर दिया मेरे requirement के accordingly, उसकी duty cycle के accordingly and maximum power we are getting. तो उसके लिए efficiency वाला find out करने के लिए मैंने एक irradiation and temperature sensor we have used and so you can see the data here. वो जो वहाँ की voltage है that you can monitor here. So this duty cycle is this 0.43. It is just changing according to the say, since it is perturb and absorb, every time you can see it is blinking, it is every time, see, it is changing accordingly. You can see the current, it is 0.48. Temperature, and this is the voltage. You have to scale it properly, that's the thing. Like आपकी जो input है उसके accordingly you have to scale it. Okay, so this is the thing which I wanted to show you. So that's all, and if you have any doubts now you can ask. I tried my best because the setup is not here. We can explain it different. I just the setup which is there in the laboratory, I just want to come and explain to you here. So did you understand it? So this is a simple example of how to connect DSpace. My main aim is to not to make you understand this concept, like actually how to connect DSpace, how to acquire data to our requirement. Okay, so in the data which you're taking also you have to be very careful. You have to scale it down and give it inside the processor. And first time when you're doing, see that you limit it to the minimum value. How much you can minimize it, and you go take it inside your computer. You can do anything. But when you're taking it, your processor should not be burned. So that is a precaution which you have to take. And first time when you're doing, say now you can have Hall effect sensor and all this. So first time when you're trying, you can try it by yourself. You have some resistors, you can potential dividers use karke, you can reduce the voltage and you can give it inside. Same way when you are having signals, very weak signals, you have to amplify them and give it inside. If it is in few milliamps or millivolts, then you can accordingly amplify it and give it inside. Okay. So if you have any doubts.
Actually, we are having voltage and current
Mm-hmm.
and sensing voltage current multiply
Mm-hmm.
and comparing the previous sample and next sample,
Mm-hmm.
we can get the maximum power point.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to change the duty cycle.
No, previous point, how did you get? Or the next point, you have to make some changes there, na?
We can say the programming because we have previous value,
Hmm.
next value, current value. We can check if current value is less than previous value and next value, then we can see.
How will you do it? Say you didn't understand it properly. You have the previous value, you have the next value. Next value, how did you get? For impedance matching, when you change the duty cycle, now that time only value will change, na? Can you understand? So that value you took and you saw whether it is going towards the maximum power or not. Can you get it? Then you again took the value. Again you're acquiring the value every time. When you're not disturbing the system, okay, it will go on same way. At particular instant, if you say for 1 hour, the sunlight is the same sunlight. It's not going to vary. Might be from day to the evening time, it may vary. But we are doing this experiment ki at that particular instant, I want the maximum point. Can you get? So you're saying I am having a value and I am taking the previous value or the next value and then comparing it. How will you get the next value? Until you don't fire the buck converter and do the impedance matching, your value will not change there. So you have to give this is a closed loop system. It is not an open loop system. You have acquired the voltage and with that next value you're saying I am just comparing with next value. How will you get the next value? If you're not disturbing the system, the next value might also be somewhat the same value. Then it is not the maximum point. Okay, our main aim is to disturb the system and do the impedance matching, and you're seeing the voltage, next voltage and current, is it increasing or decreasing with the previous value. System is a closed loop system. Any doubt? Same thing you can implement it with your work also with DSpace. Okay, so this video is also available, so you can go through it if you have any doubts.